Hey, so I'm enjoying my coffee. I know you're probably like, why in the world does this woman always have coffee? Well, I need it. So I don't know if I showed you this cup already, but may your coffee be stronger than your toddler. Can I get an amen? But no, for real, I just made myself a latte and I'm so excited because we got a new coffee maker and it now makes lattes. So that saves me Starbucks money. Let's get some debt-free going, right? So excited. Anyways, that was a total side note, but I just wanted to pop on here. Two reasons. One, I know that you have heard me talk about my course that I'm launching, and I am so stinking excited. It launches in January, and it is so full of good stuff. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. I have put a lot of work into this, and it has so many different nuggets on how to take your photography to the next level. And it's not just for digital cameras, by the way. So how I'm doing it is I'm taking a lot of concepts from my professional world and bringing it down to simplified, just for the everyday person. So whether you're a wife, a mom, a small business owner, it doesn't matter, like whatever, whoever you are, if you want to take your photography to the next level. So it's a lot of concepts, and there's some techie sort of stuff, like simplified techie stuff, but really my whole goal is I just want to help you take great pictures, which I'll get into that in a little bit, but I wanted to share a little bit about exposure. So I know in the photography world, when I first started, I was sort of overwhelmed with like all the things, all the words, all the like, well, you got to do this and you got to do that, and it was just like crazy. And I was like, okay, so I'm just going to turn it on auto, and I'm going to do things automatic. You know, that little green button at the top. So, because it was easy, and I knew that I had a passion for photography. I had I felt like I had a good eye, and I think I do have a good eye. And I love working with people. So I am capturing life. I like to document life. I'm a type A personality. I am a 3 on the Enneagram, and I like to document. So it doesn't matter what it is, vacations, anything, people, you know, all of it. But I got to this point and I was getting really, really frustrated because I saw a picture that I wanted. I saw exactly what I wanted to capture, and when I was taking the picture, it wasn't working. It wasn't, I couldn't get it. I couldn't capture it. And honestly, it was really frustrating. And so I don't think that I'm the only one out there who is like that. I know some people just say forget it and move on, but for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Like, I need to do something. And so I did a ton of research, and I did all the things, Pinterest, Google, all of it, YouTube. And I came across some different courses that I had taken, and I went to a live workshop, and you know, just all the things, and everybody kind of has a different way of explaining it, but I was still sort of getting frustrated because a lot of it was like that big terminology and everything, and I'm just like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I just want something simplified, and I do want to understand the behind it, because I do feel like if you know like the backstory of stuff, then it will help kind of click, and you can make the front story a little easier. So I'm gonna sort of take you back to the backstory just a little bit, and kind of talk about exposure. So that's why we're here. So exposure basically helps you control the overall look of your photo. So I have friends who like that whole dark and moody, like romantic-y look, which I absolutely love. Me personally, I am more that light and airy type person. I want things to be bright and to be just to have that like overall cheerful, timeless look. And so that's how I shoot. That's how I can basically speak life into. But again, when I was doing auto, I wasn't getting that straight out of camera, for one. And then two, I was spending forever in Lightroom editing because, well, at the time it was Photoshop actually. And it was just like draining me. And so I know as wives, as mamas, as girl bosses, as I have a couple guys on here, don't want to leave you out, but you don't got time for that. Like, nobody's got time for that, right? So we need to be efficient, and the better that we can shoot in camera, the better that we can get and save time. So, right? Okay, so let's jump on in. Basically, there are 3 elements, and they all work together, and they all kind of like, they're sort of a triangle, and I'm just gonna touch on them. I'm not going deep crazy into them. Remember, I'm not that deep, like, that's not me. The first one is aperture. A lot of people also refer to this as f-stops, just because it's the way that it's measured on your camera, but it's the same thing. So I know for me, I'm like, what in the world? Like, there's all these different things. Like, why can't we just call it one thing? Again, I like simplified. So basically what this does, it's the size of the hole in your camera. So, or your camera's hole. So the lower that, this is how I had to remember it. And again, maybe it's just me, but the lower the f-stop, the lower the number, the blurrier the background. So the higher the number, the sharper the background. So let's say you're wanting to take portraits, or you're wanting to take a picture of the product that you sell. You are wanting to typically go on a lower number because you are wanting that creamy, dreamy, like blurry background. You want whatever you're taking a picture of in focus. So, and that works for, like, you know, all the things. If you are taking a picture of a large group, if you are taking a picture of your storefront, if you're taking a picture of a beautiful landscape, you're gonna obviously want a higher f-stop, because you want everything in focus. Like, that just kind of makes sense. You don't want, like, just, I mean, unless you are, like, say you're taking a picture of a waterfall and you're wanting, like, just this little piece in focus, and then, you know, but that just goes way deep into it. And again, I am a people-centered photographer. I'm not a landscape photographer. I have some friends who are, like, blowing it out of the water in that area, so I can point you in that direction. But if you're that kind of person. But again, I'm gonna speak into what I know. So the second thing is your ISO. This is basically your camera's sensitivity to light. It controls how much light comes into your picture. So again, going back to whatever your style is, whether it's like kind of that dark and moody, or that kind of look, or whether it's the opposite, like mine, where it's more that light, bright, and airy look. You're gonna want to allow a little bit more light into your photo to capture that overall look. Third thing is your shutter speed. So this, I like to think of it as like a curtain. So this is how long your curtain is open in front of your camera. So this controls like the motion. So say you are taking pictures of someone on the track and you want that that blurred motion, then you're gonna want your shutter speed to be longer because you're wanting your curtain to be open longer to where they're like whoosh, and then it's like dragging. Does that make sense? Like, let me know if that makes sense. If you're wanting to take a picture of a bird or in my case, a toddler who doesn't stop, or my 1-year-old who doesn't stop, I want quick. And so I don't want a ton of blurry pictures of them. That's not the look I'm going for. So I am going to want a lower shutter speed. Hopefully that all makes sense. Again, all of these go hand in hand together. I'm not gonna get into all of that on here. But I will tell you, as far as with iPhones, because I know a lot of you out there do iPhone photography, and fun fact, sort of, we just went on a Disney trip to Disney World, and it was just totally magical. I know like everybody probably says that, but it truly was. And so I used a lot of these tools that I am teaching in my course, and I wanted to again simplify, because that's sort of my thing. Like I'm a mama, I'm a wife, I'm a girl boss, I'm, you know, all the things. Like, the more I can simplify and streamline, the better. So I didn't really want to bring my big old professional camera, because it was one more thing I would have to hold. I'd have to, you know, watch to make sure nobody stole it and all that stuff. So I actually just brought my iPhone. But I implemented everything I teach. And I pretty much got the same images that I would have gotten out of camera. Lesser quality, because it's, you know, all the pixels, all that fun stuff. But anyways, I say that to say you can do a lot of this with your phone. And that's my goal. That's my goal, is to help teach the everyday person, because not everybody has this big old fancy camera. Not everybody wants to go run a photography business, but everybody wants to take pictures of their kids or their families or their adventures or their businesses or their products, like whatever it is. Like, pictures make the world go round. They don't, but you know what I mean. We all use them. And so I am just so passionate about helping people take better pictures, because I want you to have a good gallery of memories captured and products captured, and I want your business to grow. I want you to blossom, and I want you to take your photography to that next level. I don't want you to settle for, oh, well, Otto messed that up. So that's why I created this course. Again, it's for digitals, people with digital cameras, and it's for people with iPhones. But using these simplified tips, and I go more in depth into how to use it, how to find great light, and I'm gonna be doing more videos too, and just so you can get some great tips. But I've streamlined it in a way to where it's practical, and you can use it, and you can use it in your everyday life to capture everything that is your life, everything that is going on. And so I am like just beyond excited. I was actually going to say quickly, going back to the whole iPhone thing, you can't control everything on like all those different, the aperture, the ISO and the shutter speed and all that on your iPhone, but you sort of can. So when I'm recording this on my phone, so I'm gonna use my hand. So say my hand's my phone. You tap the picture, like whatever your subject is, the face. If you tap it, it will focus on that. If you go right next to it, there's gonna be like a little sundial looking thing. You can put it up and down, and that will help bring in more light, or it will decrease your light. So again, going back to whatever style you're wanting, or maybe you're just in a really low lit place, like you want to bump up your exposure just a little bit, or you know, all the things. So you can control it sort of there. Also, if you again have the iPhone X, they have a feature on it, and this is not a sponsored post, I promise. I just love it. I have I have the iPhone X. That was really hard for me to say for some reason. And I use this like crazy, but they have the portrait setting. And basically what this does is, say you have your cup and you focus on this, it'll create all of this blurred in the background. So, or you have your cup, you have your product, you have your kid, whatever your subject is. So it does sort of give that whole depth of field look, and it does give you semi-control over it. And that's what I used, again, when we were at Disney. So those some quick tips. I do want to mention that if you are interested in this course, it is going to be a 4-week course. It's going to be online, and it's going to sort of be a do it at your own pace sort of thing. But I promise you that if you complete it, if you finish it, then I will help take you from just normal pictures to stunning pictures. If you implement these tips, if you do the practical actionable, is that a word? Steps that I give in each lesson, then it will increase your photography. I promise you that. And I'm so excited. Right now, it's on sale for $49. It will be going up on Saturday to $99. So do not miss out, because this is a killer deal. And it's valued at $149. So right now it's $100 off. And which literally, y'all, it's a steal. I have taken courses over $500, and not just one course, but a couple courses, and multiple courses. And I'm taking a ton of knowledge. And if you think about it, okay, coming close. Now I sound like crazy, but I want you to think about when you hire someone as a photographer to take pictures of your family, how much is that? Not that I'm discounting photographers. Don't hear me on that, because I'm a photographer and I will go above and beyond to take pictures of your family, of you, of your business, and all that things. But again, I am just so passionate about helping just the everyday person be able to take their pictures. And there's a time for a professional photography session, and because I mean, you want to be in the pictures too. Like, I get that. I want to be in the pictures. So think about it. Think about the time that you'll save and be able to enjoy with your family, the money that you'll save. Again, it's 4 weeks, and it's not all 4 weeks. Well, it is all 4 weeks, but it's not like all week long. Just give me a couple hours, because I want to help you. So you may want to know how to sign up. If you go to hannahkapps.com, which I'll post the link in here as well, you can go click my website and it's on there. Everything will be there. You will automatically, I will put you in our private Facebook group, and you can kind of get started on some of the goodies that I already have in there. And you will also, starting in January, is when the videos will come into play, and the live classes. And I can't wait to walk this course with you. I am so excited. And if you have any questions, please just message me. Again, my goal is to help you any way that I can, and I can't wait to walk by your side. Have a great day. Bye.